Alright. So what are we talking about today?
Well, I was going to ask you about your channel name.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to add my grouper story.
Okay.
What's one grouper story? Grouper story.
Well, so the narwhal thing started with polyamory.
Yeah.
Basically, there's the whole idea of like the unicorn.
Yeah.
The polyamory unicorn. It's like a bisexual female.
Looking for dating a couple.
Right. That wants to exclusively date a couple.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because in the whole thing about unicorn hunting is that people...
So they're almost extinct, so it's not legal anymore?
Right. Well, a couple that's unicorn hunting is very rarely, if ever, going to find a polyamorous identifying bisexual female who wants to date both of them, but only them.
Mm.
Like
that's a tall order.
Yeah, exactly. So when you're looking for something that specific, that's why it's called unicorn
like looking
hunting.
for a unicorn. Because
you're not going to find it. But I was, when I first started being polyamorous, I was interested in that, but not quite. Because I was a bisexual female who identifies as polyamorous and would love to date a couple, but I didn't want to date them exclusively. So I considered myself a narwhal. Because narwhals exist. You hardly ever see them. They're deep out in the ocean. But they're there.
They do exist.
They do exist. And I would, at that time, and probably still would, really enjoy dating both partners of a couple. I feel like that would be really fun. And really rewarding if it was with the right people, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's where the narwhal thing came, and then I used that as my name on FetLife.
And why Narwhalist?
So Narwhalist,
is it going to be just Narwhalist or the Narwhalist?
I haven't totally decided yet.
I think the Narwhalist would be
Narwhalist.
Awesome. Be cute. It sounds like if it's going to be a couple's channel, I don't know. For some reason, it sounds right to me.
Okay.
It feels
fine.
like it has the right vibe.
I'm not set on it.
Just like my burner name should be Trash Panda.
Yeah.
I think that's badass. It just feels right.
Well, I don't even know if Narwhalist is good. We could call it Narwhals. We could call it the Narwhal. We could just call it Narwhal. I don't know. Something with Narwhal I think would be cute. Mm-hmm. I was going to name my channel by itself, and I still might if I branch off from this.
Yeah.
And do my own thing at one point. Mm-hmm. In addition to this, obviously, but I would probably still call it Katrina Narwhal. Mm-hmm. Like I have that channel set up already. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, that's where it came from.
Nice.
I thought Narwhalist was cute, but it also, like, if you think about other words with ist at the end, like racist means against certain races.
Yeah.
And other ists mean like the research of, like, it's a very...
Yeah, so that's what I thought you were talking about, was in reference to me being into narwhals. Like, I'm a narwhalist.
Oh.
Like, I work with narwhals. I thought that was cute. So that's what I was thinking about, as in...
Okay.
I work with the guy who works with his narwhal. I thought that was fucking adorable.
That is cute. That's pretty cute. Okay.
I'm a narwhal handler.
Let's do that.
Narwhalist.
Let's do that then.
How cute is that?
That's really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So that's where it came from.
Cool.
And I don't know.
Helen?
The Narwhalist. Cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would be perfect if I did branch off and do my own channel. Katrina Narwhal would be perfect.
The handler can be left on his own for a while.
No, I would still do this. I would also do the other channel.
Yeah,
and then you would also have your own channel.
Yeah, it's true. Now, Gruber Story? Or stories?
Yeah. All right, bonus story.
Bonus story today?
Yes.
All
what happened to you today?
So, I had a passenger get in, and I don't know if it's relevant or not, but he was like, a bit of a problem to start with. He put in the wrong location. He was very late. And then, like, right before I canceled, because he was almost too late, got in and immediately started complaining about his family. And as the ride continued, he started talking about his girlfriend and about how, how he has, or how she has his credit card. And so I asked this story on that, and apparently, like, he makes more money than her, and he felt like he just wanted to be a nice guy, and he just, like, you know, just made a blatant statement. He's like, I know I'm a moron, so just let's get that out of the way. I'm like, okay, continue. So apparently he gave his girlfriend a credit card and basically said it's fine to, like, spend $10 or something here and there. Which, of course, that sounds like a very slippery slope. So she started spending on, like, large things and not talking to him about it, like he said. And instead of breaking up with her, he decided to, like, block the credit card account.
Oh, no.
Or deactivate that credit card, like as if it was stolen, and then lied to his girlfriend and say it must be the vendor. Because they didn't want to break up.
Oh, jeez.
He didn't want to lose his girlfriend, so he put his credit card on hold, the one that she was using, and then lied about what was going on. And then he's like, what would you do? Mm-hmm. I'm like, do you really want to know? I'm like, obviously break up with her.
Well.
I'm like,
talk to her about it
well,
first.
yes. But he said he doesn't feel like he can talk to her, or he's unwilling to talk to her.
Well, if he's unwilling to talk to her, they should definitely break up.
Yes.
If their communication is that bad.
It's really bad from what he was describing.
They should
instead of saying don't do that, he just deactivated the car and then lied about what was happening. Like, dumbass. And then he asked my opinion, and so I gave him my opinion, which is that if he's acting like his credit card is stolen instead of telling the truth, that's not good. That's definitely a deal breaker. And he's like, I said, with my girlfriend, I literally have never told her a lie. I've never bullshitted with her. And he looked at me like I just told him that pigs fly. It's like, really? It's like everybody lies. And I'm like, no, not everybody lies.
Not everyone.
Not everyone. Like, I've literally never lied to her.
Especially not, like, in a relationship where you want to trust each other. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's definitely a layer of trust that I have with you that I've never had with anybody else, because I know that you will never lie to me. Mm-hmm. And part of that is because you tell me the hard truth. And
like when you first met?
I don't know what you're referring to in particular,
I left it open to interpretation for you to describe if you want to. I won't say more.
I don't want to.
Okay.
You always tell me the hard truth.
Yeah,
that's true. Saying. You don't hide anything from me.
Yeah.
Even when it might cause an issue.
Yeah, for sure. And so he looked at me very baffled and basically said, everyone lies. I said, that's not true. I literally never have lied to her. Trust each other completely. It's like, well, that's really fortunate. I'm like, I know. I'm very fortunate. It's not easy to find, but it is absolutely a thing. And if you have to treat your girlfriend like she's a identity thief, that's not acceptable in my opinion.
She should get in trouble for that if they do an investigation.
Well, maybe, but he literally gave her... be pretty hard when he gave her consent to use the card.
No, but I'm just saying she's gonna find out regardless.
Of course she's gonna find out. I mean, his preamble is that he's a moron for doing this.
Yeah.
Like, at least you're honest about that. Yeah. So I said definitely break up if you can't be honest. If you're treating her like she stole your credit card and that's your go-to. Yeah. And yeah, he just gave me a real weird look. That people could be totally honest to each other. I'm like, yep. That is the thing with the right people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You live and you learn.
That's pretty much the extent of it. Yeah, when people look at me and they're baffled that you could be honest with someone. Like, actually honest about everything. People are like, what? Like, that's amazing.
I feel like a lot of it is how I react to the things you tell me, though.
Yeah.
Because you know I'm not going to fly off the handle and have a cow.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
I might pout a little bit.
Yeah, it's true. But sure, it's a pretty intimate things with me, and I haven't reacted badly to them.
Mm-hmm.
Just love and support you regardless
of
what happens. I think we do that for each other pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's definitely an important part of communication, is making sure that you remain open-minded and you like take a step back and don't react super emotionally in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, take 10 to collect and see how you feel about it. Also making sure that you don't take other people's problems super personally. Like, if it's something that they're bothered by, that doesn't necessarily mean what you're doing is wrong. It just means that they're bothered by it, which is their own feeling.
Yep.
Anyway, any other Uber stories?
Of course. How many should I tell them? If you give me a minute, I could probably think of another one or two.
All of them.
Like 4.5 years worth. Tell them the one about the bumming of smoke as they were getting on, as the drivers were getting on the highway. That was pretty hilarious.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I told you about it. So I was getting on the on-ramp. We're stuck at a metering light, slowly moving forward, car by car. And there's somebody, like the two drivers in front of me were gesturing to each other. And a few seconds later, something flew across. And then maybe 5 seconds later, something else flew across to this truck. And apparently it was a pack of cigarettes and a lighter, which I got a better view of when they threw it back to the original car. And it's a hell of a way to bum a smoke. So apparently this guy in the truck was just trying to bum a smoke off of someone else that was stuck in traffic near him. And then successfully threw a pack of cigarettes and lighter over to the other guy. And as we passed, the guy had a big grin and a lit cigarette in his mouth. What the hell was that?
That's hilarious.
I've seen people bum smokes all the time in person. I've never seen someone do it from vehicle to vehicle while they're driving.
I actually have, though. I told you about that story too.
Yeah, you did.
I was stopped at a stoplight, and there was a person in front of me and a person behind me. All of a sudden, I see this thing fly past my driver's side window, and then the person in front of me just like sticks his hand out the window. His hand wasn't even already out the window. He sticks his hand out the window, catches whatever it was, pulls it into his car, and I'm like, the fuck? And then the guy threw a lighter past too. And then the guy tossed him the pack of cigarettes back to the guy behind him. And then they both just stood there laughing hysterically. You can see them both in their cars just laughing. And then, like, the guy in front of me, like, looked behind at me and was like...
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious.
Good food, huh?
Thank you.
You gonna showcase your meals?
So we've got...
Got a 3-course meal today?
Yeah. I made ancient grains rice. It's like a brown and wild rice blend with pork that you actually fried up.
Yep.
And
cast iron skillet pork.
Mm-hmm. Pork shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got edamame in it, and ginger, and sesame seed oil, and this sauce that I've been using on it is actually one that he taught me, which is soy sauce, sesame seed oil, apple cider vinegar.
Not just soy sauce. Low sodium soy sauce.
Oh,
so it's a little more palatable, and you can use a little bit more on your food.
Yeah.
That burn in your mouth from salt burns.
More for flavor than saltiness.
Yeah. So low sodium soy sauce, sesame oil, vinegar, and sriracha, typically.
Apple cider vinegar, specifically.
Yeah, yes, apple cider vinegar, a little bit of sriracha. Real good.
This is miso soup, but I make mine really chunky. So I put lots of tofu and the like seaweed bits you can get at Asian grocery stores. I baked oyster mushrooms before putting them in, so they're like partly dried.
Enoki mushrooms.
Enoki mushrooms, so like really thin white ones.
Like little noodles.
Mm-hmm.
Little replacements.
And garlic chives.
Tofu.
I said that already.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm. And this is just a spring green salad with blue cheese and avocado. Blue cheese dressing. And these are ramen eggs. Like cured, boiled ramen eggs.
Seasoned in some kind of wine and soy sauce.
Yeah. Well, that's how you make ramen eggs, at least. I've only done this once. This is our first batch. I'm not totally sure if I'm a big fan of the flavor profile of them, because it's really soy
based.
Really soy flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think next time I'll do the marinade a little bit differently, but I'll try and remember to post the recipe that I used below. I don't remember the guy's name. I've only seen this video of his. But you boil the eggs so that they're pretty soft boiled. And then they cure so that the yolk is actually thicker than it was when it was just boiled in mirin, sake, and soy sauce. And then you can add like garlic and other flavorings and stuff in there too. I think I would, in my next batch, do more of the sake and the mirin and less of the soy, so that it has less of that intense soy flavor.
Intense salty.
Yeah, and I'll also put in some other stuff. I want to put in some mushrooms so that it's more of an earthy flavor, and some onion and some garlic. And I wanted to try the original recipe first, but yeah. That's our food. I've been doing Japanese food lately.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice switch.
Mm-hmm.
From whatever we were doing before, American.
Yeah. I was doing
healthy American food.
I was doing keto for a while, so we were doing a lot of like steak, which I still really like. I do steak a lot. And just baked veggies in the oven. And I don't know, I found out a lot of really creative ways to work around not having carbs, very many carbs. But lots of salads.
Mm-hmm.
But I've wanted like hot food.
Yeah.
Because it's so cold and rainy and gross.
What's the matter? It's like 40 degrees out.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Okay.
Do we need more stories, or are you going to wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Alright. Sounds good.
Bye.
See you later, YouTube people.